Alright, so we just pulled through the, pulled off of Mohawk Road onto the start of the easement road. And there's that herd of deer that's been watching us right there. About 8 or 10 deer. We've got looks like a couple bucks, a couple fawns, and then several, I guess they'd be does. They're headed east. They're right by the trail to State Line Cove, so they're gonna go check out the lake, I guess. So many deer out here, deer and turkey as well. We're parked right by the spotting tower on the north side, the Buffalo Spotting Tower. And we're gonna head south and go check out a property. Looks like it's gonna be a beautiful day out here. Now over to the right, you can see the neighbor's house. Neighbor on the north side of the peninsula. And he's got that gorgeous lake view off to the west. A little hard to see it from the road here, but there you can see Bull Shoals Lake there. Just stunning out here. So yeah, it's pretty normal to see quite a few deer on the drive in, especially if you come in the morning. We often see turkey as well, but it seems like just about every time if we're here in the morning, there's anywhere from 8 to 10 up to 30 or 40 deer in that northern meadow, and they usually head to the south, directly into the peninsula. Okay, so we just passed the old barn. And that's a pretty good landmark. We've come to the first Y in the road, and we're going to stay to the right. I'm just going to leave the camera running here, and we'll try to get a video of at least most of the way to the property. Looks like we had quite a bit of rain out here last night. Stay on this main road, which runs down kind of the west side. I just realized I left the big clump of keys in the ignition, so that's what that rattling sound is. I'll go ahead and see if I can get those out. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna try to do this one-handed. There we go. Okay. Onward and upward. Southward. And I would not be surprised at all if we saw some turkey out here or some more deer. Although since I'm driving pretty quickly, we're making quite a bit of noise. Really excited to get out here today because we're going to be taking a look at a property that we really haven't seen other than once or twice from the road. So this is exciting to get out here and really check it out and do a drone video and all that good stuff, and have a look at this one. All of these tracts out here are totally unique. I mean, they're all different. They all offer so much in the terms of views and building sites. So it's always exciting to see another one that we really haven't fully explored before. If you haven't heard us say it on the other videos, when you come out here, please be sure to get the MapRight app and let us know you're making the trip and that you have the app, and we can email you the link for the specific interactive map for this property. View there. And it is by far the best way to make the drive out here to view the property, because it gets really confusing otherwise. Even with printed maps in hand, it's super easy to get turned around and kind of lose track of where you are. But if you have that MapRight app and have that loaded on your phone or your tablet, and we send you the link to the interactive map, I mean, that is just a stellar way to view the property, because you'll have that interactive map on the screen of your phone or tablet, and there'll be a little colored dot that indicates right where you are, and it works off the GPS of your phone. So you're literally you're tracking yourself on the interactive map while you look at it on your phone. So it makes things super, super easy. So where we are now, if we were to keep going straight, we'd end up in about a half a mile or so at the sandy beach area, which is really cool. But we're actually going to go left onto this cut across road, and that's going to take us closer to the property. So again, this is an example of where the MapRight app is really handy, because the trail system really isn't marked. And even having been out here several times with a printed map in hand, it's easy to get turned around. But with that MapRight app, I mean, it's fantastic. So like we've mentioned before on all the other videos out here, I mean, you do want a truck or an SUV. These roads and trails are designed to be somewhat primitive. They are definitely not designed for, passenger cars. You want a truck or an SUV, even if it's only two-wheel drive, because then you have a little extra clearance. And if you hit a rough spot in the road, a couple extra inches of clearance can be a really good thing. We've kind of got the sun right in our face now as we head to the west. So I'm sure things are looking a little darker on the video than they are in real life. So I'll look at the map to make sure, but I do believe that this is going to be a tract with direct frontage on the take line at Bull Shoals. Okay, so we've come to a Y in the road, and I've got the MapRight map in hand, so I can tell that we need to go right at the Y. So here's an example of what we're talking about with the MapRight app. Whoops. This happens to be the master map that has all the tracks, and the blue dot is us. And I've just had this open. Oh no. Be careful not to zoom out too far. There we go. So we came in from the north side. This is where we saw the deer. There's the trail to State Line Cove. And we've gone south, and we've stayed on this we stayed on the main road system to here, and that's when we cut to the left, and that's where we find ourselves right now. So we've come to this Y in the road. We can see we need to take a right, stay to the right, and that's going to bring us much closer to the property. Feel free to skip toward the last few minutes of the video if you want to see us at the actual property. I know, especially if you've watched multiple videos, there may not be a reason to watch the entire drive-in if you don't want to, especially if the tracks are nearby each other, because the drive-in is going to be identical. There is a lot of good timber out here at Timber Shoals Ranch. We basically haven't seen any signs of logging, for decades, for many years out here, other than possibly some trees taken for firewood, but even that, not too much. I mean, there's a lot of big, old trees out here. To the last Y in the road here. And I know I've got service out here because I keep getting emails and text messages while I'm trying to do this video. So I might have to shut off notifications for a little bit. Okay. So now we've come to this, I guess you could call it the final Y in the road before we get to the property. Alright, so at this final Y in the road, we're going to go left. So we're going to cut to the north. And we're getting very close to the property now. So this trail, easement road, or whatever you want to call it, that directly borders the property, this actually goes all the way down to the lake itself. And I'm interested in checking that out because we haven't really seen that before. But the property itself has direct frontage on the take line at Bull Shoals Lake, so you've got access that way. And then, like I say, this road actually continues to the north and goes straight down to the lake. So we're really excited to... Oh, there went a deer up there. Just saw him shooting across the road. If I wasn't being so loud and obnoxious out here with the vehicle, I'm sure I would have gotten a better look at him. He went right across through there. What a beautiful area. I mean, the deer just love it out here. Okay. So I'm going to check out the MapRight app and see exactly where we are. Alright, so we're actually really close to the property. This is going to be tract 34 that we're looking at. And I've got the MapRight map open here. There you can see there, the blue dot is us. That's tract 35 on the left, and we'll be coming up on tract 34. And these are pretty unique properties. The entire east side of the property borders the take line, and it's a very short walk right to the shore. And that's the main channel on Bull Shoals. There's a trail up here that goes to the tip of this little peninsula or whatnot. And there's a beautiful cove here. We just walked out there actually, and fish were jumping in the cove. Fish were jumping in the main channel. It's awesome. But let's go take a look at tract 34. Whoops. Put the vehicle in gear and then go take a look at tract 34. Judging by the other properties, this is going to have some big timber on it. And it looks like tract 34 has just begun on the right side of the road. Unfortunately, we're looking right into the morning sun, so everything looks a little dark. Let's pull up toward this, more toward the middle, and we'll park here. Big hardwood trees on the right. There's the sign for tract 34 right there. With kind of a handwritten 4. 34. Okay, we'll just pull up over here. Oh, and this sits really nicely. I'm going to see if I have a topo map today. I don't. Well, we'll see what we can see from the road here. Of course, we'll do a drone video as well, so you can really check out the area and all that good stuff. So property on the right as we look to the north. And then obviously on the left as we look to the south. Oh man, it's peaceful out here, other than a bunch of deer. So as we walk easterly onto the property, I mean, it's fairly level. It rises up ever so slightly off the road as we go to the east. The fact that this is not brushy at all, that you can walk right through here, you can take a four-wheeler right through here, that's telling you that it hasn't been logged for decades. It takes many, many years and decades for the timber to get mature enough to choke out the brush. And you're going to find some big hardwood trees here. It's close to 30 inches in diameter. There's another big straight hardwood tree. 24 to 26 inches in diameter. So after the property's been paid for in full, you're welcome to log it to sell the timber. I mean, trees like that are valuable. And there are some big hardwood trees here. Cedar trees are a specialty wood. The little cedars aren't worth a whole lot, other than, I guess, for crafts or whatnot. But the big cedars can be quite valuable, because it takes a long time for a cedar tree to get as large as some of the ones we're seeing here. I mean, we're talking maybe 100 years on some of these cedar trees. Hardwood trees are enormous as well. So sloping down slightly now as we're still heading to the east. I won't go all the way to the east end because we're trying to keep the videos fairly short, but I mean, we're seeing multiple building sites, multiple level areas with just enough big timber to make things interesting. You're only steps from the lake, and it's directly through that Corps of Engineer land, so you do have actual take line frontage on this tract. Very hard to find. There's a grove of hardwoods right there. I see hickories, oaks. I'm looking right into the sun, but everything looks dark, but really, really nice property. You will obviously see deer out here. You'll see turkey out here. See, that's an old cedar tree. A cedar tree that's even 12 inches diameter, that's straight and tall, that could easily be 100 years old. That's a monster oak. That's got to be all of 30 inches. Oh yeah. Wow. We try not to get too hung up on trees, but I mean, there's some nice timber here. This is cool. Super nice property. Check out the drone video as well. Feel free to come on out and spend the whole day out here, spend the weekend. Bring your four-wheeler, bring your side-by-side, bring your friends and family, and definitely bring your fishing pole, because you can fish right from the shoreline here. As far as hunting, I mean, you'll have deer and turkey on your own property here, obviously, but since you border the Corps of Engineer land, that's open for public hunting as well. So you literally have direct access into hundreds of acres of additional land that adjoin your property. So you've got all that hunting land, miles of lakefront accessible from your property. Pretty unique situation. We're super excited about this. And look at all that timber. So there you go. Check out InstantAcres.com to see if this tract is still available. Give us a call or shoot us an email at sales@InstantAcres.com.